Hello everyone, I'm Annoyed Tortoise, and this is my tutorial for routing the Water Temple in Ocarina of Time Randomizer for beginners. A lot of people tend to get lost in the Water Temple, so I just wanted like a complete guide so that people have a general idea of how the Water Temple works and all of the requirements and all of the different options you have. So first things first, you're going to need the long shot to finish the water temple, though you can enter with just the hook shot. You're going to need iron boots, and for many of the checks you will also need Zelda's Lullaby. And then there's a couple more specific things that you'll need. For one of the checks you will need Song of Time, and for another couple of things in Water Temple, you'll need explosives. And then on top of that, you'll also need enough health to survive being underwater or a Zora Tunic. And just as an additional note, it helps a lot to have hovers as they break a lot of the sequences within the Water Temple. It makes it a lot easier, but it's not required. I'll show everything that you need to do without them, but I'll show what you need to do with them, what you can do with them as well. So first things first, you have your hovers on, you're underwater, you shoot the thing, and then you head inside. Okay, so then you just want to float up to the top, and I just want to cover some concepts here first. Right now we're on the south part of the map, and we're on the top floor. So the way I like to think about this is in the middle is a pillar, and the pillar's square. You can see it on the map, you can see a square. And the square has the four sides, so you have four sides to think about. And you have 3 water levels. So basically you're thinking about 12 sides to the water temple, which sounds like a lot, but honestly, you don't have to actually go to all 12 sides. Once you have this like in mind, and you have the additional information that there's only 10 checks in the water temple, then it really simplifies it a lot. And for the 10 checks, what's in here is 4 items, which could be anything for the randomizer. It has 5 small keys, and it has 1 boss key somewhere in here. Now, whenever you get 2 small keys, you should just save, and when you use your keys, if you don't find something useful, you should just quit back out and start again. And I'll be doing that a few times, I'm most likely, as I go through here. And the reason for that is no direction. Like that door over there is one of the locations that uses 2 keys. No direction you take in the water temple will use more than 2 keys. So if you save when you have 2 keys and then quit if you don't find anything that's useful for progression, you'll be able to go in any direction. All right, so to begin, we're actually going to go over to the east, which is over here. And what we're going to do is actually go into the middle floor. This is on the middle level. We're just keeping it. We're underwater. This is assuming you have a hook shot and iron boots. So to kill these guys in the hallway, they come down at a slightly low angle. So basically when you aim, you just want to like aim down a little bit, and that'll hit them as they're coming to you. And then you just go here. It's like play it out standard. Like so. And you're up here. So basically how you do this room normally, you just use your long shot or your bow and arrow, you shoot that thing, and you get this chest. You just stand right next to it, turn and grab it. It's relatively quick. There are a couple of ways to do this. I don't always succeed at them, But you can just like roll into this sometimes and grab it. That doesn't work all the time. And you can also hookshot and spam A and just open the chest. So that also works if you don't. Usually I'll like try it once, and if I fail it, then I'll just hit the crystal and open it. It's not a big deal. So then we want to head back out, and we're still going to be on the east side of the pillar, or on the map, however you wish to think about it. So we're on the east side of the pillar. Then we want to drop down to the bottom level. The spiky guys will not get to you. They'll always phase out. So this is on the east side, bottom floor with the torches. And we want to move through here first. And we're here. And basically from here, we want to float our way up. This is just like standard routing for like a complete clear. All the way to the top. And then we have another door right here. So these guys, I usually just like attack them with my sword. Spin attacks are good here. Especially if they're all, their spikes are put away. You can like clean them up pretty fast. We'll get our second. They drop some bombs sometimes, which is nice. Now, I already found the boss key, so I could go directly to the end, but I'm showing the entire temple, basically. So, here, there's like a chest as well on the bottom floor, the middle floor, and the top floor. Right now we're on the top floor of this side for entering through the bottom of the east. So, here's the first trick for getting that middle door. There's like a bombable wall. And basically what you can do is you can stand halfway between the pool and the door and hold a bomb chew. That won't work. Hold it for 4 flashes and then just put it down, and that'll open the door. I don't have sound on, but I know I have the confirmation for it. And then you can just basically float down. And you see the doors opened here. There was like a bombable wall area here. And then you can just like hookshot this and spam A to open it. If you hookshot a chest underwater and you spam A, you're able to open it when you're not normally able to. But I'm going to show another way to get to here. If you don't have bomb chews, because you don't always have bomb chews, what you do is you play your Zelda's Lullaby to bring the water all the way down to the bottom. Just get the water out of the water temple. And then what you do is you line up with this wall and like try and turn even this way. And then you put on your hover boots and you Z target. And you basically move out to the middle of that hole and then side jump to the right. So it's going to go like this. And you'll just land in here. Right? This is the bombable wall thing that I opened earlier. And that's how you get into this area if you don't have bomb chews. Now I have 2 keys that I can save scum with. So I got 2 of my small keys so far and a boss key. That's random, so you can't always account for that. So now I come down to the bottom. Here you have the option, a couple of options. You can basically shoot with your arrows. This is like the intended way. They want you to shoot through these. Like so. And if you have like Din's fire or fire arrows, this all works out in the end anyway. And then you just gotta fight these guys. I like to just hook shot them. I think so long as you move in like that kind of pattern, They're relatively easy to deal with. We'll open this. That's our first item in here. And then we just, like, hard leave out the way we came. Except the water is all gone now. Okay. So we're still on the east side. These guys will come up next to me. You can kill them if you want. Though I'm struggling. Oh yeah, these guys will also hop down on you every once in a while. So from here, you have a couple of things. If you have the water down, you can come through here. This place I usually skip. Because there's just basically a sculpture back here. But I'm going to show it anyway. Normally I'll just head over to that on the other side. But we're going to cover the south side as well, just to be 100% clear. Down here in the bombable location is just a sculpture. But I'll show it off. So we jump in the water. Iron boots down. Swim above him. And we make our way to the top. And we hit this switch. And this switch will change some water levels for this room only. And lift this thing that you can hook shot to. Then there's just some enemies you have to deal with, and then there's a switch here. Now in vanilla, you would need magic to spin attack to hit this switch. But if you have big Goron sword, you can just like attack it. So yeah, this is the way that you're supposed to do it. In the randomizer, they've moved it a bit closer so that you have more options to hit it. And then you just got a Skulltula. Which is useful to know if you're doing, like, skull sanities. And it's just, like, leave out the way you came. Otherwise, you can just, like, if you're just doing a standard and you already have your skulls taken care of, there's no need for you to come this way at all. So we'll make our way back to here. We're on the south side. We initially came from the east side. Now we want to head over to the west side. At least I like to do the west side here. You can also leave this side for last. But I usually do it just so I don't forget about it. So we jump in, iron boots down. Swim along. I'm used to like putting my iron boots on and off a lot because if you don't have a tunic and you're going on health, you can delay how long you can breathe for by putting your iron boots on and off. Like once the timer comes up, you just switch off and on and it'll reset for a while. It can buy you like an extra minute. So we want to hit the switch. Just jump forward and jump forward, like straight forward. So long as you lined up straight, you'll be able to cross that room. And you end up here. So yeah, you'll also end up here at the end of the dungeon. I'll show that too. You'll basically come out of there at the end. But you can get there here as well. So it's just like irons down so that you land on this thing. Hook shot this. And you can hook shot to that thing, or you can just like swim there. I don't find it too difficult to just swim there. And here's another chest that just isn't locked at all. So there was a second item in it. Alright, and then if you want to go back, you just hit this. And then sink down and pass the gate. Just be careful not to get stuck on this thing, this dragon thing, because you can get just stuck here for a while. And then you gotta like fuss with it. Which isn't the best. So we're out back through the way we came in. Just deal with him. And then we'll just hook shot across. And we're all good. sink down, swim to the end. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's always like a couple of rooms that you can't actually swim to the top. You have to like actually hook shot to get out. Okay, so here we are on the west side. So the next direction I like to go, if I have 2 keys, is I head this way. This is the water pit on the north side that these spike ball things come out of. So we're just gonna like sink down. And then I think you just swim up, yeah. Oops. Here. And on this room, you'd basically need the long shot to get across. Or you can use the hover boots to get across. So with hovers, you can Z-target and start moving backwards. Like to back walk, like so. But after you initially start, you want to put on your hover boots. So that you do it afterwards so that you keep your momentum. See, that puts on my hover boots like that. If I have my hover boots on to start with, do you see you don't start with the momentum? So you want to like start walking, then put on your hover boots. So we're doing that to get across the room, and at like the last possible second, we're going to basically do a backflip to get over those spikes. It's a little easier with the audio cue on. Here, I'll actually turn it on so we can hear it. Yeah. So backwalk, hovers, and we're over it. Just as it's like about to run out, you just like backflip and you get over. So like I said at the start, hold on, I'll get this volume off again. Like I said at the start, if you have 2 keys, what you should do is save before using any of them. And then we'll open this door. Because we have 2 keys available. Otherwise, we'd have to go to a different section and remember to come back here. Now, in this room, what you're supposed to do is basically use your iron boots in order to traverse the waters and get over to the other side. But I'm going to show the quick way to do this first. If you're right here, coming through this door and you have hovers, you can just equip them and like roll over to that. Generally, I like to have the momentum first and just like roll, and we grab onto here. And then we're basically headed down to there. Boulders will hit you if you wait too long. But we're going to end up back here anyway, so I'm going to go the standard way just to show how that's done. But that's how you skip all of this roundabout way to go. So otherwise, we use our irons to get it once we're on this side. Basically walk over to this corner. And then we just grab the ledge and we're on the other side. Right? And these guys will swarm you if we wait too long, so I'm headed through the door. Then we end up here. So the goal is to raise the water here to get through there. This is only if you don't have hovers, basically. If you have hovers, you don't have to do all of this. If you don't have hovers, you're kind of stuck doing it. So you want to bomb that wall. And there's another wall you can bomb over there as well. I pretty much like ignore these guys, but I am a bit lower health now and I should probably deal with them. Well, I got a couple of them. And you just want to push this block to the end. It's in the tunnel that between the 2 bombable walls. Oh, they gave me some health too. That's nice. Yeah, if you get like super stuck here, you can just take some time to shoot these. Either with a hook shot or a bow. Actually, I probably want that heart just to be safe. So yeah, we want to hit that in the end, but we need to put the block on it, basically. So it's like blow open the walls, and it's a push and pull game. So you can only pull this so far, and then I'm going to have to walk around the other way again. Or just get behind it, I guess. No, I can't get behind it there. It's not far enough. So you basically need to blow open both walls. And then it's like that. Also, I'm pretty sure there's some bombs in those pots there. In fact, I'll check it for us here. Weep. There bombs in these? Yeah, there's bombs in these. So if you need bombs, they're available there. And then you want to head out through here. Basically, the way we came in has a hookshot target, and the way we want to go does not have one. And this is just like the standard casual route. And we're here, and from here we just want to hit this switch, which will bring up 3 of these water geysers. And then we just jump on one, jump to the next, jump and grab the side. And they knocked me off. You can shoot them with arrows too if you like are too concerned about them, or you can just deal with them down here. Should still be able to reach these with just a hook shot, if you're here with just a hook shot. And it's just like a trek through again. Okay, we're across. And now we're here with this rolling thing where we got to with the hovers before. So from here, it's just iron boots, float above the enemy, and come out here, and there's another locked door. So we needed 2 keys. So I spent my 2 keys. I know it's nothing because, well, I don't necessarily know it's nothing. It happened to be 1 key. So if you get 1 key like that, when you use 2 keys, what you want to do is you want to reset. And bam, I'm back at the start and I have 2 keys. I just know not to go that way. Right? So we'll head back down to the bottom. And we're on the south side again. That other way was on the north side. So it's just on the other side of this, over here. And in the case that you don't have 2 keys, you would probably just head this way anyway. You can use a key here, or you could have just jumped into the middle section as well. There's also like a weird like camera angle thing where you can like line up so that you hookshot these so that you can fall onto the middle level. That's only if you have the long shot though, actually. But it's kind of like this. And you can just grab onto the ledge, basically, if you get the right angle for it. If you want to mess around with that. For now, we're just like, once again, we'll take the habit, save when we have 2 keys, and we'll just see what's in the middle anyway. So from here, normally you like don't have the long shot at this point, so you're supposed to do this. And then you raise the water with Zelda's Lullaby. In a lot of cases, you're going to be doing Water Temple last if you have it as a medallion dungeon, just because getting 2 progressive hook shots is like super rare. But once you raise the water, you can't forget you have to sink down and go below the block that rose up. because there's a check back here as well. And we're just swimming. And then we get to this room. This is like the hardest room if you don't have a Zora tunic. Just because there's some combat involved. You just gotta hit the switch, keep some distance. And then I like to just hookshot these guys. So I mean, you shouldn't be in here without a hookshot anyway. That guy's a little stuck. Doesn't usually get stuck, but there we go. And then hookshot these guys. And they're good. This opens on the other side to the crystal, so you just float up. And there's a chest here. I'm kind of hoping this is not a key. It was, though. Okay, let's just pretend it wasn't a key. I'll just reset. I'll show the other way to just get over to where we want to go. So we're still on 2 keys. And basically you just kind of like want to jump slash to there. Right? And now you're on the middle section. And in the middle section, you can use Din's Fire or an arrow. And that will open the middle section on the middle floor. This is on the north side. North side middle section. And then you can just jump over there and raise the water without using a key. So you could have used an arrow or Din's Fire or fire arrows. Wasn't like a huge deal. But this is just all of the water temple text, so I'll cover it all. So the only other thing to note is actually, I want to see if you can do all this with hookshot only. Looks like this is a long shot check. It's just that there's a Skulltula up here is all. I think you need the long shot to actually get this. There might be more specific movement where you can get away with it with a hookshot, but I'm not sure about that. Generally, when I'm here, I'm not going for skulls, but I don't play like skull scanities, so who knows? Anyway, once the water has been raised, we're basically done with the bottom section. Unless we didn't find small keys, then we'll have to remember to come back. And we're on the north side. From the north side, remember we already did this. We already did this way. Back there was our geysers, or the geyser thing. So we want to go to the south side. So the south side is right like below here, right below the door we started in. And be mindful, these guys do sneak up on you. So here, I like to just, you need either hovers or a long shot for this. Oh god, I got hit by another one. Well, and he shunted me all the way to the bottom too. It's no big deal. Oh god. Okay. Well, there's only 2 of them, so if you deal with 2 of them, they always respawn though. So basically the way that they want you to do it, hook shot, or a long shot rather, and you get across. So long as it hits the target before the door closes, you'll even go through the fence, so you don't have to worry about that. We just head to the end, pull the block, and then it's here. You want to just hookshot up to the top. Now, if you wanted to, at the very beginning, you could have come here first. See, we're on the east side. And basically all that would have happened is you would have came down here, dropped down and pulled the block, and then you would have had to come back up. But the water levels would have been raised up. The way I typically do it, I just like go down, and it's over here on the south side, and I just do it twice. I just want to be extra careful. These guys don't mess with me too much because they like to. So I'll try and show the other one with the hovers. If you don't have a long shot. Oh god. I was trying to avoid you. So yeah. Shoot it. And then I'm going to run forward to get my momentum. And before I get off the block, I'm just going to put on my hovers and roll. Right? And we're across. Lots of time to get across. And then once we're through here, we can then push. You only have to really push it once, and you can slide through. And you get a chest here. And I believe we've just found all of our keys, but that's not always the case. So we have found the boss key, and we found 5 small keys, and we found 2 items. So there's still 2 items left. And then the boss as well. So at this point, there's a couple of things you can do. I'm hoping he just jumps off. Yeah. If you have hover boots, you will then move over here, jump this gap, deal with him. If you have hover boots, you can get over to here. Basically, you don't want to be aiming at this side. You want to be aiming more at that side. So you line it up so that it's like you're going to run over to the left side. Not like all the way to the left side, but like to grab the ledge on the left side. So if we're looking like around there, and then we just, here, I messed it up again. I wanted to give myself some space to start moving before I put on the hovers. And it's going to be a roll, same as before. So that should work. And then you just climb up. If you don't have hovers, we'll do it the standard way as well. So once you're up here, you would actually just jump down to the regular floor. And you go to the floating block. So the floating block's here on the west side. And you take the floating block room. There's no keys required here. It just like loops you around. I like to just like stand on this and then move away because there's a Tektite up there that jumps down. Just gotta remember him. And then you just use either a bow or a long shot or throw a bomb at that. It all works as long as you activate it. And then here there's nothing. You just like go through the door. And you're up here again. And this will raise our water to the top. Which is what we want to do. There's only really one more section before the boss. Once again, it's the floating block section. As we can see, it's just right over here with the locked door. Over here on the west side. So I already know. I would have saved before. I still have 2 keys. So you just save when you have 2 keys, but I already know there's only 2 checks left before going to the boss. So we don't really have to worry about that. So here, this section, you actually need the long shot. Actually, do you need the long shot? I think you can do this with a hook shot. But you need the long shot to go to the boss anyway. I think you can do this much slower with the hook shot only. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot. There's a Skulltula there. You can reach him from the other side. If you need that Skulltula. Like if you stand on that platform, you can hook shot him. That's okay. And we just move through here. And we have this room. So this room is going to be a lot of like shooting this crystal to raise and lower these guys. But if you have hovers, you can just like bypass all of these. Right? You can just go to platform and just bypass it all. Because the goal is to end up over there at the end. If you don't have hovers, basically what you're going to want to do is either use a bow or a hook shot and hit the crystal. And then you hook shot to the thing. And then you hit it again. And then you hook shot to the thing. And so on and so forth all the way around. I'll just complete it for completion's sake. And you don't have to use the bow to hit this again. You can even throw bombs at it if you want to, but that takes a lot of resources and time and effort. Lower it again so that you can get on top of this thing. Which again, at this point, we could have just like used our hovers to get along and over here. And we just want to raise this. If you have the long shot from here, you can just hit the like on the other side of the room here, and you'll just like grapple over to it. Otherwise, just like clear out the enemies. And then you have the option to kill the like with arrows and then hook shot there. Or you can just like hook shot to him and you're over. Just ignore him. There's like should be magic here. Yeah, if you want some magic. Here, this is where our Dark Link fight is. Basically what you want to do is you want to go up all the way to this barred door and Navi will appear. And then when you turn around, he's here. So to fight Dark Link, the easiest way to fight him, basically I'm going to approach him. I'm going to turn to the left and just throw a nut. And that's going to stun him. And so long as I like keep that kind of pattern, it's going to be like this. And he's stunned, and then I jump slash him. Oh. There we go. And I jump slash him. And he's stunned, and I jump slash him. Oh, well, I missed him, but... Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. And a jump slash him. And a jump slash him. And a jump slash him. That doesn't do anything. You can just slash him, though, normally. If you try and stab him, he'll, like, bounce off your sword. Kick you in the face. It's not a fun time. So, just, like, use normal slashes if you run out of Deku Nuts. So now, we've crossed the room. We're just on the other side. We come in here, and we check our chest. And there's our piece of heart. Now the next thing is, you're going to need Song of Time. You don't always have Song of Time, so it's sometimes a little lame if you get checks locked back here. But in this case we have it, so we'll show it. And there's some additional stuff down here as well, other than the one chest that we're going for. So let's drop down the hole. And we got this room. So this room has like a waterfall and the river flows along. And you have to be careful of these whirlpools along the way. So we'll go. And if at any point you're like overly scared, you just put on your irons and you're staying still, basically. But regular movement for it is like this. You just hug the wall. Now here, you might want to stop and grab the sculptula. Just get your hook shot or long shot. And the distance varies depending on what you have, obviously. And you just want to like swim over that. Right? And the safer way to do this is you go on that side and get on that thing, and then you cross. But honestly, you can just like swim to this platform over here, as long as you're like swimming towards the wall. And you'll grab it. But yeah, they kind of want you to go to that platform and then come across here to grab here. And that's the chest that we need. So what we do is we shoot this and then we will hook shot over. Although you also have the ability to do, like as long as you hook shot it before the door comes, you'll go over to it. Same as the other mechanics of this dungeon. But if you have the hovers, you can use that as well. And we just cross. So hovers are super helpful in here. And then we come out right here. If you remember, I said we'd come out above the dragon room. So we just like drop there, shoot that thing, go through there, and there's a chest in there. And then once you have all these checks, you should be good to go. You could just save quit, or you could just exit here and you come out where that room was. We'll see in a moment. I don't always remember because I usually do just save quit at this point. But just for the full clear sake. I'll take it slow. In any case, the water is raised all the way up. So it looks like we come through the bottom west side. So we just float all the way to the top. All the chests are done. We just have the boss fight to do. So once we get all the way here, you can ignore these guys. I have lots of health now. I should have went the other way. It's on the north side. So you need a long shot for this to even get to him. It's on the north side. That was the set of doors we went through, the key doors. Over there was the block pushing thing, and on the far side is where we enter the temple to begin with. And then we just go through this door. There's no key on it, so we can just enter it. I want to say... No, there's a different dungeon that has those. There's a couple of ways to get up here. Just to keep the cycles, I'll use the doorway. If you have hovers, you can just throw on your hovers and roll up this side. As long as you keep rolling, you'll be good. As long as you don't hit the corner there. You can roll at the end no matter what. So I'll just wait for the cycle. Roll, 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 roll. I wasn't straight on. But you can do it. And you're up, basically, with hovers. If not, I'm just sliding down so this to show the other way. I'll reset the cycle by going through the door. If not, if you have no hovers, just hug the left side instead and just walk it real slow. Then at the end you can just throw in a roll and you'll get up. So, boss fight. First thing I do is I store a jump slash and then I head over to this corner. The corner doesn't really matter, but I take out my long shot, wait for him to come up, and then I target him, and I long shot until I grab him like that. And I just like spam the long shot so he stays here. I try and circle around him, and then I power crouch stab once he's in the corner, and he gets locked there and can't move for the quick kill. It's super fast if you have Big Goron Sword. And that's the quick kill for Morpha. Kind of. There is a quicker kill. You can actually grab him before the tentacle comes up, but it's way more difficult. And that's consistent. All that you're required for it is your shield. The sword you always have, the Master Sword. You can use Big Goron Sword, it doesn't matter. It's faster with Big Goron Sword. And then you need the long shot to fight Morpha. And then he has another key on him, which is fine. And that's the end of the Water Temple. The only other thing that I'd mention at this point is if you don't have Shoot the Sun done and you have a Lake Hylia Way of the Hero or something, or Lake Hylia isn't a foolish location, you then want to shoot the sun as soon as coming out of the Water Temple, because otherwise you're going to be waiting for day-night cycles to line up to shoot the sun. So we'll do that. Bam. I had nothing there, but you know, just don't forget it. And that's basically everything you need to know about routing the Water Temple. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you another time. Bye.